All right, people, it is around 6:15, about 6:15 right now. Doing the demonstrations early because I have much to do today. So we're going to be doing several projectors, which I have here on the floor. We're doing the distance throw today, ultra short throw demonstration today, high lumen projector, which we have a Chrissy downstairs. We have a 1,000 lumen Sony projector and a 900 lumen ViewSonic projector downstairs. We have the computers set up because the projectors are literally so old in these demonstrations. Some of them they cannot be used with the VGA adapter. They have to be used with the older, have to be used with the computers. These are all the projectors we do for testing. When we start doing these demonstrations for our screen paints, as I told you before, we don't cut corners in our demonstrations. All these projectors have to be tested. Now we have a 4,000 lumen projector. Projector we're using right now is 800 lumens Mitsubishi, 900 lumens ViewSonic, knockoff generic projector, because I'm curious to see how the generic projector is going to function on this. Sony 1,000 lumen projector. And then over here in the corner, we have an Optima GT 5600 ultra short throw projector set up and ready to go. So we're going to knock out as many of these as we can. If you look at the bottom, or actually not this video, the next video, we have a full description of the coding. Now, something I want to show you before we start these demonstrations, very important. Like I said, I get these emails from the Crow Boys who just don't seem to know when to quit. And by the way, I told you that when you do stuff like that, it increases my sales. This is from last night and this morning. These are all going to be ready to be shipped out really soon. This is the silver, black silver version that's sprayed on. That's the black silver version right there that's sprayed on, right? This is the version that is rolled on. Now, when I was doing the demonstration yesterday, showing off the screen, I knew it was going to happen. We do this ahead of time. We don't like to entertain it, but we have to do this because, like I said, individuals don't know when to quit. One of the comments that were made in the email was saying, oh, that's his stuff you're using. It looks exactly like his. And this is why we shake our heads when it comes to people like this. They have problems. So let me show you. This right here is Crow's UV Mix. This right here is our technology, the black silver. I told you that this paint has a real funny color to it. It looks strange. Now, this is them side by side. This right here is Crow's Mix, UV Mix right here. And this is our technology here. Now, you see them side by side? See the difference in the coating? Crow Boys? This is where you have to learn to mind your own business. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. We don't do things on the level that you think they're supposed to be done. We're a little bit more advanced than that. You see that coating, how special that looks? The reason why they're coated like this keeps people from mimicking our technology. See how that looks? Two different forms of formulas here. This is the part you spray on. This is the one you roll on. Now, I knew when I rolled it on, the first thing was going to come out of their mouth was, oh, that's his product. You use his product to make your own. Man, if you don't get off that nonsense, man, let me tell you, I don't have time for this. I'm going to show you these emails. These emails that pop up on my account, you got to read these things. They're freaking hilarious. And these are grown individuals that have nothing better to do but send me emails on why they're so frustrated. We did the demonstration yesterday. The product is nowhere near, UV is nowhere near anywhere next to a 12. Showed it already. And one of the things I saw in the demonstration, like I said, they always stick to those bright colors. Our screen can blend in the gray screens with bright colors. Black screens automatically do that from the door. So I know for a fact that when I saw the demonstration, I saw our colors were blending in. As in you seeing white levels, your screen can't even blend into the white level white screen. If you want to go talk about 100% pure white levels, Take a white screen, put it against a gray screen. A white screen will always produce a better white level because it's white. Where a black screen is going to produce better contrast because it's black. But the saying that your technology is the same as mine is absolutely foolish, because I was able to show you not on a ViewSonic projector. I showed you on a basic 1000 lumen portable projector how my screen was able to produce a contrast level on a projector that has no rating at all when it comes to contrast. And that's the end of it. Now, what he's going to do is, and I know Crow, he's going to go over and he's going to go into his little rants. He's going to do all these videos. He's going to try to back up whatever he started. But that's the end of it for us. So this is where I got to clarify this for you Crow boys who want to say, oh, he's using or his stuff. It looks just like his stuff. No, this is our technology here. Look at the color of it. It looks brown. It could be gray. It's interesting. And look at his product. They don't look like exactly the same. I'm pretty sure you know colors. And this is the roll-on version. So there's a roll-on, sorry, spray-on version, roll-on version. How we know? Because roll-on versions, spray-on versions sound like milk. Sounds like milk. Where the roll-on version doesn't, because it's thick. That's why. So now you know. So you can stop those emails and that dumb nonsense that you've been doing and grow up. Because I don't have time for it. I really don't. Very busy man. I have a lot of tests I have to do today. So now we got that out of the way so they can get an understanding. I have to educate them like that from time to time. That's why when they come into my room, I talk to them that way, because it's the only way they can understand. So this right here are orders already set up. These came in last night. All these orders came in last night, because I told you, if he minds his own business and stay to himself, you know, he basically adds publicity. He gets me advertisement. When he does that stuff, he gets me advertisement. So I got more orders last night off that one video I did showing off this paint. And like I said, I could have easily flipped over to that big screen. If I went over to that big screen I just painted, because that screen, that demonstration I was going to do was pretty much going to hurt your product pretty bad. It's a paint over demonstration. So paint over demonstration is we paint the screen with somebody's coding, and we take our technology and we roll it across it and throw an image, and we watch your image blow up off that screen. The splatter screens do a lot of damage. So that means I can literally, I did a demonstration with a particular company that was developing some form of light silver coating, and they wanted to challenge our technology. So what we did was we did it in the dark. We took this screen in the dark and painted a black image in the dark to show you that even in the dark, when we paint over it, you can see the star field push through, and anything that wasn't touching was basically coming up as in white. And I took my hand and stuck it in the paint and put it right on the screen, and you can see the stars push up through my fingerprints. That was the end of that demonstration. So that's why I said I showed you mercy, and I did not do the rest of the demonstration. I have your products. I bought all your products. I have them here, all of them. So just leave it be. But he's not. So let's move on from there, because I had to show that part. So, you know, when they saw the demonstration, me painting the screen, I knew it was going to come up. I knew they were going to say, well, that's his UV mix you're using. No, it's not. It's interesting. You see the color of that paint I just showed you? And you saw me paint it on. That's the color it becomes. It's got two different codes sitting in that coating. Just like the nines. The nines look like they're black, but they're actually gold. Or the platinums look like the platinum eclipse, look like they're black, but they're actually gray. So you can't figure that out. There we go. All right, so we're going to do a distance throw. And these, like I said, you look at our demonstrations, look at everybody else. Usually when I watch demonstrations, it's the same thing with everybody else. They just basically design their screen paint. They put it in a dark environment. They hit it with a high power projector. And the first thing they start bragging about how beautiful the colors look. We don't do that here. We start off with the low key projectors before we can advance to the high. That's why you can see my screen. So that's the difference between my technology and yours. You see why that screen is pulling up at 20 feet away from the screen on 800 lumens? The same way this screen can sit here surrounded by lights, and I can see my Sony PlayStation dashboard. Wish I downloaded some pretty good games today too, which I can't wait to play. All right, so over here, we're going to be using today, because we're getting off enough of that topic. We're done with all that. We're going to move on from here and start working on this gray paint for you guys. This is my Mitsubishi projector. This is a relic, manufactured around 1999. Projector is, I think, an XGA. It is around, it's a 720p definitely. And this projector is only 800 lumens. We are around 20 feet. There we go, 20 feet and some change away from the screen. And this is the image that the projector can pull up at 800 lumens at 20 feet from the screen. You can see that from there. When I explained to them, all our videos are documented live. We do them live, so that way we have proof that all this is done in real time. So 20 feet away. So keep in mind, 800 lumens will travel through all this light, 20 feet, hit the screen, show an image, and then come back to the projector. It's going busy. It's always busy. I still got to finish my gaming room. I got a nuclear reactor chair to finish off. I got mesh screen material in there. I got to build an acoustic screen I'm working on. I still have the gamer, not the gamer, but I'm still building the not acoustic screen, but the DJ screen that has to be done. So it's very busy. And then I got orders that came in last night, and I had to do a ton of demonstrations on all these projectors on that screen to show off the technology on the gray. Because keep in mind, for every demonstration that we do, anytime someone asks me a question like how to paint a motorized projection screen, what are the lowest amount of lumens I can use on the projector, can I paint this, can I paint that, and how it performs outside, I have to have a demonstration for every last one of those questions. That's why I have so many demonstrations. So yeah, busy, really, really busy. But I like to be busy. If I'm not busy, then I'm sad. All right, so that's 800 lumens. Not bad, right there for a relic projector. So we're going to come over here, and we are going to, I should have brought my whatchamacallit with me, because that would have been nice. Right there, bring that with me. And as you can see, we overlap the image. It's not sized to fit the screen. I told you, when people size to fit the screen, that means that projector basically is pinpointed into that screen. That means pixels are tighter pushed together. The smaller the screen, the more tighter the pixels are going to be pushed together, and how close the projector is sitting. As I saw in that demonstration, the projector was sitting too close to the screen. That's why you can see the image all the way in the back of the kitchen and on the wall, because it's overlapped. These projectors are not designed to go back at the size you're seeing. These projectors were made to do maybe around 60 or maybe about 50 to 60 inches in a screen size, because that's a data projector. They were used basically for office work. They were never meant to do 150 or 200 inch screens out of them, not even a 100 inch screen. They were just made basically for screen sizes of maybe, if you're maxing around 80 inches, but most of the screens at that particular time when they were doing those demos back in 1999 were around 50 to 60 inches, and that's it. So we've already maxed out the pixel count on the projector already. All right, and swap it out for a 900 lumen Sony. No, sorry, 900 lumen ViewSonic projector. Right there. Oh, right. First things first. Where's my my phone at? Here, that's streaming all my contents. I need to track that down. I have no idea where I put that at. That's what I need to find. Oh, here it is, right here. All right, let's take this off. Just put this. I'm curious to see what the knockoff is going to look like. That's what I'm really curious to look at, the knockoff. But we'll see. I doubt it's going to be to do it with the light, anything with the lights on. Pretty much probably give it more enhancement with the lights off. but I'm really still curious about that. Now, the other fellow who came in the room who had the 6800 projector he had, this projector we're using is supposed to be 15,000 lumens. It's supposed to be 15,000 lumens. That's when I paid around $95 on eBay. And for some people thinking that, oh, did you get it overseas? No, I actually bought it right over in California. I bought it from a merchant right over in California. That's where I purchased it from. Okay, so we're going to be using our ViewSonic projector. This is at 900 lumens, 720p. Where is the, I need another power cord. I think I got two power cords running through here. Pack up while the other one shuts down. So I'm running two power cords because it's easier, because I can, while one projector shuts down, I can plug another one up and just go back and forth through them. All right. All right, so I'll show you. So this is a ViewSonic projector. These are data projectors. The data projectors are usually, like I said, they're designed to do screen sizes of 50 to 60 inches. They were never meant to be used for larger screens. But this one right here is around 900 lumens. The Mitsubishi back there cooling off is a 800 lumens. (800 lumens) at 20 feet away. I'm not sorry, 900 lumens at 20 feet away. These projectors take a bit to warm up. They're older projectors. So this is the distance throw. There you go. So we hit it at 8, we hit it at 9. Now the reason why I use the blue fish, because usually when you use a lot of blues are easier to fade out. They're harder, it's a harder image to pull up. Blues, reds, not so much greens, but blues do fade pretty fast. What I also need to see is, I need to see a, another demonstration. I know sometimes I need to see is very important. Where is the cell phone? So we need to see. Oh, we're in backyard, right? I think we're in backyard. Yeah, we're backyard. We need to see. Let's see. This we're not in basement. We have to be in basement. This is a basement. I know it is. Let me see. Let's watch. Yeah, we are in basement. Alright, let's disconnect that for a minute. Let's try to bring that back up again. See what happens. That's, I got the Chromecast is mixed up again. That one's not coming up. It has to be added. This is what I don't like about naming these things. When you name them, for some reason, sometimes, oh, what am I doing? I'm on PC. Wow, that's a long trip of insanity. I'm trying to figure out why the Chromecast is not linking, right? I'm like, what's going on? And I keep forgetting, I'm actually on PC right now. All right, let me go grab my keyboard and mouse. We're on PC. I keep forgetting because these machines are so old, we can't run them through Chromecast. So let's go over here and let's bring up PC. That's the reason why the Chromecast wasn't running, because we're on PC. There we go. All right. It would be nice if I got my focus a little better too. Focus is overly off. Let's see. There we go. That's better. Let me bring it over a little bit because I want to be able to see. I gotta come out of that menu real quick. Since my screen is only hitting that one little piece, gotta be able to see that screen, so we're gonna pop out of here for a minute. There we go. Let's bring up, let's see, we need the Starfield demonstration. There we go. Okay, Starfield demonstration. Gotta get past that little commercial time. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. We can get the mouse to pop over to that part of the screen. We're cooking with gas. Okay. There we are. So there we go. Starfield demonstration on our technology, as I told you before. The one thing about the Black Silver, it has the ability to produce amazing contrast levels. So that's the contrast level on the Black Silver ambient light rejection 12. On a projector that has a 2000 to 1 contrast level at 20 feet back. Okay, I'll show you the distance on where the projector is sitting. Way back over there, so I can show you where my projector's at. Okay, we're also going to do it side by side next to the black technology right here too. We have to do that so you can see the difference between this technology and the black. I told you before, blacks can pull up a high, very, very high bright levels. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. All right, so we did that already. Let me see if I can figure out maybe something else too on here. Let me push it up a little bit. Let's see what we got. We're going to bring in, we did the Sony already. We did the 8, the 9. Let's go with, because we're getting contrast levels at 20 feet. Keep in mind, that's 900 lumens right there at 2,200 to 1 contrast. That's hitting that screen and producing a black level on that Black Silver technology we developed. All right. Let's go grab the Sony. Let's see. Let's cut you off. Swap you out. Sony's running off HDMI, so we don't have to worry about that right there altogether. Let's get you all together. You. Then we can come over here and we can, let's try for fun before we do the Sony projector. Let's see how the knockoff projector plays out. This is going to run through HDMI, so this is going to be really easy to do. I can disconnect all these. I don't need any of these now. Oh, did I plug my computer? Yes, I did. I'll have to mute. Power that one up. When I get back in the house, we'll get back. Okay. Computers anymore because the computers I want to use with the relics. The relics have to be used with computers because they don't work on the HDMI outputs. So let's put this now at around 18 feet
from the screen on the Sony. It's going to be 18 feet. I've already done this already. Demonstration on the same technology but spray on. They have all the same abilities as a spray on. The only difference is the fact that the screen cannot be basically used for real projection because the coating was changed for roll-on only, so that's gone. It still has all the options that the other paint has, to produce brilliant colors, contrast levels, and so forth. Let me get Chromecast in here. We can get that set up. We're going to be now at around 18 feet from the screen. 18 or no, 15. We're 15 feet from the screen. 15 feet. Right. So we're going to power up the Sony at 1,000 lumens. We done already went through the Mitsubishi. Let me see. You need to work in 11 balance. We're not burned out, dude. That's the part you don't get. This is what I like to do. You know, I'll put it this way. How can I explain it to you? You got a favorite food or a favorite drink you like to have? That's what it equivalents to me, what I do for a living. I like what I do for a living. This is fun for me. This isn't work for me. I used to be culinary artist as a chef. Now that is freaking work. Working 6 days a week, opening, closing, that is work. But this right here, this is fun. That's what I like to do. If I didn't like to do this, I have other things I can do besides do this. This is something I enjoy. My life is balanced out. This is what I like to do. I love getting up in the morning. I love doing demonstrations. When you have a passion for what you do, you enjoy it. When you don't, and you hate it. And I don't hate what I do. I love what I do. Why would I sit there and spend so much money on so many projectors? I have projection screens throughout my entire house. That shows you how much I love my work. So I have a balance. It's perfect the way it is. If I'm not working, then I am not happy. And I'm very happy. All right, so we are now around, but thank you for basically putting that, for being concerned about that. I do appreciate that, for your concernment. I do appreciate that, but I love what I do. I really do. I enjoy it. All right, so 14 feet right there, 14 feet. We are now at 15 feet. I didn't realize that my freaking dining room from here to here was 15 feet back. I didn't realize that. Okay, and we're using our Sony SVGA. This is the VPL CS4. This projector is only 1,000 lumens, 600 by 800 res SVGA. Very low entry level projector. There we go. So you can see everything crystal clear, hopefully. And we'll bring up, let's see, we got this one hooked up to, this should be running for, it's a long connection here. We'll disconnect it from there. We have to go in and grab this, which is the star field. And we have to bring this one under backyard. I think this one's backyard. Yep, it's backyard. And there you go. This is what I mean by these are the kind of, you see me do this in all my demonstrations. You saw me do this with the platinum. You saw me do this with the black screens. I do the same demonstrations. We have to do distance throw on multiple projectors. That's why people wonder why I have so many projectors. This is why I have so many projectors. I tested on 800. I can't tell you that it's going to run on 800 lumens if I never tested it on 800 lumens. And it's not enough. Some people do 800 lumen tests and the projector is literally sitting right on top of the screen. No, you have to do a distance, because keep in mind, that person may have that projector back to reach 100. 100-inch screen, you have to be around somewhere between 11 to 12 feet to do a 100-inch screen. So you have to bring that projector back way outside its element. That's why I have them back 15, 20 feet back. When I see people doing demonstrations, they're cutting corners. The projector's usually sitting about right there on the screen, about that close. That is too close. No one's going to have their projector that close to the screen. No one. You have to pull back at a distance where the average person is going to have that projector set up at. So that's why I can show you a Starfield demonstration. I know how this stuff is going to react. I wanted to go outside and do outside demonstration, but it's raining today, so we won't be doing that today. So that demonstration won't be done for today. So I'll let you check out the star field demonstration, because the reason why these demonstrate, even though I know the technology and how it's going to perform, it's going to do what it's supposed to do. But I have to do this because keep in mind, it's a roll-on version. And people are going to think, well, the spray-on version, which is better, doesn't do the same thing as the roll-on version. The only difference is the fact that you can't spray this on plexiglass because you will not be able to see out the other end. All right, let's grab a couple other demonstrations too on top of that. Let's go back and let's grab, let me see. Like, I had a few people that I was really good friends with, and I was willing to retire them, like give them enough money to retire. And they don't want to retire. They're going to work the same job that they've been working until the day they basically decide to let them go. That's somebody who loves what they do. Don't even want to do early retirement. They want to stay in there until they can't work no more. Some people just really like what they do. They like their jobs. Give them money, love what they do. And this is what I do. I love my job. I get to design projection screens, man. You think about that? I get to work with all different forms of projectors. I get to test them out. And I can test them out. Testing out a screen for me is me sitting outside with a bowl of popcorn and watching a movie. Or basically running a gaming system through it or something like that. Man, I get to build all kinds of different interesting screens, man. Work with different forms of technology. Man, who wouldn't? But some people may not like what I do. You know what I mean? That might not be their field. They might have something else that they like. Tell you one thing I couldn't do. I could not be an ice cream taste tester. After a while, you will grow to hate ice cream. But then again, there's some people that do it and they love it. They can never get enough of it. Some people are like, oh, how do you do it? I worked at Pizza Hut when I was 16, and I hate pizza. To this day, I still hate pizza. I hate the smell of it. I just hate it. It was a job I did like, but it just, after a while, ugh, can't stand pizza. Pizza makes me earl. Just because I've been around it, so much of it. I mean, there's days where I get up and I think, yeah, a couple of times you heard me talking on camera about wanting to retire. You've heard me talk about that a few times, you know. But at the end of the day, when I get up, man, there's nothing I wouldn't want to do more than this right here. There's nothing else. That's why I would rather eat from a chef who's passionate about his food than somebody who wants to go in the kitchen, doesn't care because it's just a regular 9 to 5 to him and he just wants to get paid at the end of the week. I would not eat from that person. Let me see, let's put in some, are we here? Let's see, going back to the beginning. So we have already done 8, 9, 1,000. Next, we'll do the knockoff projector. Then after that, we'll do the Ultimate GT5600 short throw. That'll be the next demonstration. Do after that. Let me see if I got a power cord for this projector because it takes a weird power cord. Let's take a normal power cord. So what cord is this? Every time I do get another projector, I always get a bunch of cases, which I'm thankful for. This definitely too damaged. Well, we gotta buy a new one of these. Well, that's definitely not working anymore. Alright, let me see what I got going on in the bag. Anything in the bag? Anyone? Nope. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and grab me a cord because that knockoff projector takes a different form of cord. A little bit different. I'm not gonna run it. Any political craziness in there. That's kind of commercial. Yeah, just need to get that cord. All right, let me track down the cord for the other projector. All right, you got a power cord for the knockoff, so that's good. I'm actually up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day. I told people I was raised military. I wasn't raised, no, you get up when you're ready to get up. Oh, heck no. I was raised the minute that man walked into that room with them 2 trash cans, beating them together, you better rise up, get what you got to get done, and get out the door. I was raised that way. I wish I would have told my father, oh, 1 more minute. Look at the blue and the peacock. All right, I'm gonna pause it here. Let's go grab the knockoff projector. Man, if I get that knockoff projector to look like that, that would be amazing. But I know that is not gonna happen. Ugh, okay, so this particular projector doesn't even have a name at all. It's just a basic knockoff projector. Now keep in mind, as I told you before, Chromecast must have went out on me. As I heard you before, we don't support these projectors in any way. This is at your own risk if you decide to go down the road and work with one of these projectors. Just to let you know, okay? It's at your own risk. You want to go down that route. Knockoffs have to be a little closer because knockoff projectors don't have lumen count as you think they would have. This one's claiming to be 15,000 lumens. You have any idea how much money a 15,000 lumen projector would cost? Just put the projector right here. I think having it at around 8 feet is a good enough distance for it. 8 feet should be okay. So here's the knockoff coming on right now. Let's see what's going on. My Chromecast on this side, maybe it's malfunctioning. Let me go grab me another one. It's a good thing I always have a backup when it comes to these Chromecasts. Let's get this one right here. I'll grab the backup. Oh wow, thank you! I can finish disconnecting my other projector. Alright, let me see how much we can lift this up off the ground. Eight feet. I'm gonna knock off projector. I guess that's the best we're gonna get when it comes to the clarity of it all. All right. Told you we'd do a much better job. Not bad. And like I said, it does add some improvement to it. So let's see what you give the lights out, people. It's pulling contrast. I'll give you that much. White wall is not even pulling up contrast. So it is a bit of an improvement. It does add more contrast to the projector. Yeah, it does. Look at the contrast level on the knockoff compared to the white wall.
Stop in today to get a sweet deal on your favorite beverages, including Red Bull and Monster. You gotta have a wallet.
So we do get better contrast. Like I said, it's a knockoff, so expect to get the best out of it. Let's see if we can get this.
The lights out is too easy. It's not a challenge. I had to take the turn the lights on. So I wanted to see the knockoff how it's going to perform with the lights on. What are we going to get out of it? So if this projector runs right there, there could be some possibility hoped from other models, maybe a little more higher grade than what I'm using. Like I said, this one claims to be 15,000 lumens. And I am seeing a better picture, a difference when it comes to color. And like I said, it's not all a lot, but at least it's something. This is usually what you pay for when you get these projectors that claim to have all this power. I mean, like I said, it does add some improvement to it, but it is better off. Like I paid $95 for this projector right here. So this projector cost me 95 bucks. Where the Sony cost me around, let's see. This is my Sony projector. My Sony projector cost me around $75. Turn my power up in a few minutes. Alright, next, let me see what else we have left. We have the Chrissy at 4,000 lumens and the Ultra Short Throw. Which are next? Optima GT 5600. So, the knockoff does give the knockoff better contrast, a little bit more improvement when it comes to the color. I said the improvement was going to be there, but not by a lot. Here's my knockoff projectors. You can see something that I purchased. This was claiming to be around 15,000 lumens, 4K. Doesn't even have a name on it. Paid about $95 for it. That right there is just so many coming on. $95, $75. 15,000 lumens, 1,000 lumens. You see that? That's the reason why I tell people to stay away from those projectors. You can get an older projector, and an older projector will put any of these fake projectors to shame with no problem. Because these projectors have real specifications, but these projector specifications are fake. I'm going to change that over there. We can just stare at that. That's why people get caught up in the fake projectors, because they say, "Oh, we're going to give you 4K," and they get caught up in the high lumen counts. And then I love those Photoshop pictures where they show the whole family sitting around this giant screen. No, none of that's going to happen. No, you can't use that projector. I'm gonna tell you right from the door. Don't even bother. I'm gonna tell you right now from the door, and why I warn you from the door. Listen to me when I tell you this. You will lose your PayPal claim in a hot second. We have a policy on our website. It's right there for you to read. Even PayPal has access to our website. They can read our policy from there. We have a list of projectors we support. If you purchase that product and you go there, you don't check the list is right there, right by the shopping cart. You can't miss it. It's a huge policy there in bold writing, no fine writing. It's right there. It says what projectors we support. If you buy that paint knowing that your projector is not on that list and it doesn't work for you, and you go and you file against my account not as what do you call it, not as what's I forget what it's called, not as described against me, PayPal will go into my website where you purchase that paint from and look through our freaking policies we have on our site. And in the policy, they will see your projector does not match. You will lose your claim automatically from the door. If that's what I'm advising you right now, if your projector is not on that list, do not buy the paint. Now, you can contact me and talk to me, and I can say, hey, look, I can direct you where you can get a better projector. And I've done it for a few customers. I've directed them where to get better projectors, where they can get a better image, much better than the projector that you're claiming to give you all these specifications that it doesn't. I'm just telling you, do your research. Go out, do your research. Find out how much a projector costs with 6,000 lumens. And then that's what you need to do. Google and do your research. You have Google technology on your phone. There's no excuse for you not being able to look up your own stuff or do your own research. If you see a projector like this is claiming to be 15,000 lumens, go online and find out how much a real 15,000 lumen projector actually costs. And then you go, okay, I see. Don't mess with these projectors, man. I mean, no. No matter what name they give you. You see how much beautiful, how brighter the colors are on the technology? Those projectors don't work. We found one fellow, only one fellow was able to prove. And he showed off a projector that did it. And I think that was a $3,100 projector he had, ultra short throw projector he had. And he was able to show it off on an 8. Other than that, I tell people, he took that risk. If it didn't work, he was out. Because he knew we didn't support it. But if you know that projector is not on our list, why the freak would you go and file a complaint against me, knowing that we don't support the projector, knowing in every video I say we don't support these particular projectors, yet they buy it anyway. And then they get mad at me and want to file a complaint and say, oh, it's not as described, because you believe in the technology that you bought. You really believe, some people really believe that that's a 4K projector that they own. Look at your resolution count at the bottom. That'll tell you right there. Go to Projector Central and try to type in your projector. See if it comes up on their database. I'm like, nope. It's not what you think it is, buddy. But it looks amazing on a white screen. There you go. That's why you're calling me. If it looks so amazing on a white screen, you wouldn't be contacting me to begin with. Go right to the website. We even got a link on the website for fake projectors. There's a link on there, a whole page dedicated for fake projectors. You can go check out the videos, all the testing we did on them, everything. Now we're testing out the gray technology we're designing here on black levels. We know it's going to be to produce high bright levels. That's easy. That's any gray screen's going to do that. Like I said, I like to see those contrast levels pop up on a gray screen. I know you're all looking at like that screen is not gray. That's a black screen. No, it's not. That screen's actually gray. Actually, it's kind of like gray either too. It is gray, but it's kind of a weird kind of gray. You can rewind the video and see what I first started off. Let me see. So we're going to be launching this on October the 1st is the launch date for this product. It's going to be, because it's a great paint, and we consider the great paints, I'm sorry, but that's how we feel. I consider the great paints to be the mid-levels of our technology. It's not dark enough to be passable for the higher technology we develop, but as you can see, it's really, really good. It's just, by my standards, I just consider it to be mid-level. So since it is mid-level technology, we're not going to charge what we charge usually for the other technology. So this paint would pretty much, for a quart, would cost you around $89, and then for 2 quarts would probably cost you around $147. Now, for those of you asking me, you have to prime the surface first. I'm going to be putting a specification sheet in this video for you to read through. In that specification, we have all the information about the product, what you can paint it on, what you can't paint it on, and so forth. Especially for people who keep painting it on textured walls. Please stop doing that. Because then you contact me, you ask me about why it doesn't look well, because you painted it on a stucco wall. Can't paint this stuff on stucco. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in there for you to read through. All the specifications, all that information that you see, all that information is on every last shopping cart. All right, this is fun. Let's go over and let's go poke at these, the ultra short though projector. We're just going right up the line, aren't we? Ugh. This is why I don't like doing ultra short though projectors. Look how close they sit to the screen, man. It's not even a freaking challenge. That's why we had to take it outside, and I might take this one outside because it's not even a challenge. But we have to prove that the projector is going to work. Now, anything you do, I really tell you the truth, when it comes to ultra short though projectors, pretty much it's all about angles. That's all it is. Because majority of most screens can't pull up on ultra short throws. That's all. You're just showing off angles. Alright, let's grab the Chromecast from here. Disconnect it from this one. Let's bump the daylights out of my projector. Plug this into the Optima GT 5600. Now you know why I have so many projectors. Because I have to test just about everything. be about a foot. Probably about a foot away from the screen on this thing. I forgot the right one with the right HDMI. Things have two of them on the back of them. I think I got it. There's one on the left. Yeah, I got it. Woo! I know that freaking humming sound is not coming from that old. It's not coming from my GT because that shouldn't be making any noise at all. Here we are, Optima GT 5600, 3600 lumen projector, 20,000 to 1 contrast, full 1080p. Let's see our angle gains pop up. There we are. So it's going to react the same way as the it's going to react the same way as the blah 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 as the other one, the spray on. In the middle of the screen, the sample sheet that I just stuck in there is a DMP Supernova. That's a $5,000 projection screen. So we do angles. Now you see how the screen is dark when I turn from side to side? Certain screens cannot be used with ultra short throws because if you turn to the side, they become dark. This is the reason why the only demonstration you should be seeing on an ultra short throw is not from the front, but from the side. That's why people say, okay, when you have an ultra short throw, can you show the screen off from the side? Because some screens don't react right. They call it the narrow viewing cone. Causes the screen to go dark if you view them on the side. Sometimes also on the front, they have that problem. Now, to be fair, the DMP Supernova clearly states when you purchase your sample sheets, they do not work well with ultra short throw projectors. They weren't designed for it. And the reason why is because they have a kind of reflective surface, and this is what triggers the problem sometimes when it comes to narrow viewing cones. DMP daylight screens Paxson. Paxo. I gotta say that right correctly. Darn it! Stand on this my name. I do apologize, people. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. All right. Okay. Does not want to stay all together. Just does not want to. Let's try to get it to stay again. Just a little bit. Just stay for a little bit. Just need you there for a minute. Another fine example of a screen that does not work with ultra short throw projectors. Not every screen will work with an ultra short throw projector. That's why these companies had separate screens that were designed for ultra short throw. Now keep in mind, these screens are going to cost you more money. And they're going to cost you more money because they're not going to charge you the same price as the one screen and then say, hey, this one has an option of ultra short throw and charge you the same price. Then they're going to charge you a more expensive price for the ultra short throw model, where the technology we developed does ultra short throw and long throw. Even ultra short throw outside, which I put that demonstration down. Let's go turn to the side. See how dark the image gets? And we'll move on this side. And the image gets dark. There you go. Now, I'm not going to mention the name, but a certain company, we also found out that their screens do the exact same thing. They cannot pick up on ultra short throw projectors. Same thing for short throws. They have the same problem with short throws. Now, to be fair, I'm pretty sure they made it quite clear that their screens do not work with ultra short throws, because there's no way in the world they're going to sell this. A company as big as they are, sell this screen out and say, hey, it works with ultra short throw. I think pretty sure they have something in their manual telling you it doesn't work with ultra short throw. But I'm showing you that's the reaction that you'll get from it. Now, if I were to hit that with any of the long throw projectors, you wouldn't see that reaction. It would be much brighter. That's why when I tell you I save you thousands of dollars, because if you go spend $5 for this projector, hey, how you doing? Wait. You're asking me a huge question here. If you're doing it on glass, you got to have the rear projection screen. We have two versions of this screen paint. So this is the roll-on version, and then we have a version of it that basically that's clear that can be sprayed through glass. Like hold on for a minute. That's the roll-on version. This is the spray-on version. So this is the spray-on version of the technology. So the spray-on version will allow you to be able to do front and rear. That's the spray-on version. This is the roll-on version. You can't do this with the roll-on version. If you roll on this with the roll-on version, you will not see out the other end. So we have two versions of it. And the spray-on version has to be done with a paint sprayer. I say the best paint sprayer to use with it is the Wagner 250. Works like a dream. That's why when they advertise their ultra short throw screens, why do you think it's such a big thing? We got this new ultra short throw screen. Now you can work with you can work this, have the same technology, but with ultra short throw technology. There you go. Yeah, it becomes transparent. We advise the reason why this technology, the way we designed it, because we've had customers that we've done business with when it comes to transparent screens that they just didn't want to go through the hassle of scrubbing down the whole entire window. So, to fix that solution, we've had companies basically spraying large sheets of plexiglass. Now, you can get plexiglass that's about as thin as a credit card. I mean, very thin, transparent plexiglass. As thin as a credit card, and they were using a form of invisible Velcro, and they were attaching their screens to their glass, and that's how they were advertising off the glass without basically having to mark the glass up or having to wash it down, because you can wash this off glass, but it takes a bit to do it. It's designed to be a permanent coating. That's what it's designed to be. So what these people are doing is they're actually taking large sheets of plexiglass and they're coating it with this technology, and they're putting it in the windows, and that allows them to have like a, what do you call, a wallpaper invisible TV screen or projection screen right in your window that you can set up with ultra short throw, or you can set up with I'll get a sample downstairs, or you can set up with long throw. For a minute. Now this right here is the plexiglass that you can buy online. See how thin it is? This is plexiglass. That is coated with smoke technology. This is old technology we've developed. You can see it too well. See? That cover my projector because that'll shut my projector off. There you go. That's old technology though. It's named by the name of Smoke 10. That's an old sample sheet of it. And it was designed to be rear projection. So what companies are doing is, instead of coating their whole entire window with a film or a paint, they'll make a screen out of this. This stuff right here would cost you $28 for a sheet size that's 4 feet by 8 feet. That means you get a 100-inch screen in your window for advertising. And they coat it with our technology. And then when they get done at the end of the day, they can take their screen off the wall or off the window. Roll it up and store it. And then when they want to advertise again, or if they want to put it in a different window, they can detach it and put it in a different window instead of spraying every last window down. Because the way this stuff is designed, when we make it, it's not exactly transparent, as you can see. The reason why it's made this way is so the image has something to land on. One of the problems I've seen with that really clear coating, the problem with it, the image doesn't land on it too well and the angle gain is horrible. And on top of that, when it's hit with any form of light inside or outside, the screen completely washes out. With this technology, you can have all the lights on and your storefront property outside and in, and that screen won't wash out or fade. So that's why they use this new technology on coating the plexiglass with it, because the plexiglass is nice and thin. You can roll it up and you can put it on any window that you want. Attach it and just stick it anywhere. You can just put it with suction cups and just attach it to any window you want that you want to advertise on, instead of going in and spraying the entire window down. So we just think of this faster and smarter ways of getting the job done, but also too getting that advertisement across. All right, so let me remove this screen. Let me show you real quick. This is really fast. So I'm going to show you. We're going to do a white screensaver. We don't get a commercial that pops up in there. So that's an all white screensaver right now going off against our screen. See how dark that screen comes up? They're not designed for ultra short throw projectors. And it even states it. They do state it. It will not work with an ultra short throw projector. If you spend $5 grand for the screen and you own one of these projectors, it's not going to work. It's going to come up looking just like that. Too dark. So they do have a screen. I'm pretty sure they do have a screen designed for ultra short throw, dedicated for ultra short throw projectors. But you're talking about $5,000 for a projection screen. Where I'm talking about this screen paint right here, even at a screen paint or high screen paint, which is $160 a quart, can pull off on an ultra short throw projector, produce a 190 degree angle outside with no problem at 140 inch screen, knowing that these screens basically, these projectors are only designed for about 100 inches. Let's see. No, you're getting the wrong kind of plexiglass, buddy. They make plexiglass that's crystal clear that you can see right through it, just like glass. I work with all different forms of surfaces, and they do make a plexiglass that's thin. The thinner, keep in mind, the thinner the plexiglass, the more transparent it becomes. The thicker it becomes, that means the more dense it becomes, the harder it is to see through. So this plexiglass right here that they make, see how thin that stuff is? These things are like credit cards. See right through it. But keep in mind, once you put that coating onto it, that's pretty much, I got this customer wants to keep contacting me. Once you put that coating onto it, that pretty much has to make the screen so you can't see right through it, because you need a surface to land on. there's no surface there to land on to begin with, you're going to have a washed out image, and it's not going to be able to pick up the full potential of your projector. Contrast levels won't even pull on. I've never seen really good contrast levels on transparent screens. And one of the things I've noticed that when they do a transparent screen, they'll take the projector and they'll take the camera angle and pull it to the side so you can't see the lamp glare. This stuff is designed to block lamp glare. So like I said, it works. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you might want something else, but it works for the customers we do business with, because they like the fact of being able to remove the advertisement anytime they want and put in any window they want, instead of paying the money to spray down an entire window. And storefront windows are quite huge, as we both know. I will put all that information at the bottom of this video. Once I'm done, I basically post all the information in. You can contact me through email. That's the best time to contact me. You know, I can give you all the information that you need. All right. I hope I don't get an email over this, because I'm pretty sure one of these companies are going to email me sooner or later. I mean, bottom line, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just basically just showing you this is how they react to ultra short throw. And it, you know, can't argue, because this is how they act over ultra short throw. You know what I mean? But they do state, they do tell you. It's not like they're not saying that, hey, look, you know, this is going to work ultra short. They know, because they've done the testing themselves. The same thing I'm doing here, I'm pretty sure they've done themselves. But like I said, they have special screens that are designed for ultra short throw projectors that you will pay more money on. And consider the fact that, like I said, our black screens, oh, no problem, you have a good one. You have a good one. Just come back later on, I'll have all the information, or just go out and check out one of my other videos that will have my information, and they're already posted. All right, you have a good one, you be safe out there. But like I said, you're talking about $5,000 projection screen that cannot produce on an ultra short throw, where you're talking about a product that we make at $160 that can produce on an ultra short throw. Do the math. You know, you don't have to have a special screen because you have ultra short throw. And this is some of the stuff they don't show you. I guarantee if you watched any other demonstration, they would have never shown you this, that these screens do this. But like I said, to be fair, they do tell you. They do tell you that the screen does not work with ultra short throw. Same thing with the DMP Supernova. They tell you right from the door. When you look at the manual, it says does not work with ultra short throw. They do tell you this. So if you have an ultra short throw, you can't use the screen. Now all screens have that problem. Let me see. I think the Dark Star 9 may have it. I'm not sure. I don't have the Dark Star 9 down there right now. I think Dark Star 9 is upstairs. We're doing demonstrations on that. This is a Gray Cinema 5D. It should not have a problem. Now, this should produce a whiter level higher than ours. It should not have that problem at all. It should be to produce a very high white level. Yep. It's not going to have that problem. When you get to those darker screens that have those reflective kind of surfaces, those are the ones that basically have those problems. Oops, this fell off. Butterfingers. It's going to be a Butterfinger day. You ever had them days where you just can't hold anything in your hands and you just keep dropping everything? It's a Butterfinger day. All right. The Butterfinger days. But like I said, just because you have a higher white level does not mean it's a good thing. It means you can't pull contrast. So our screens can pull a contrast level. The screen can't. Which means your color comes out washed out. And that means you're going to have to go through calibrating your projector or just watching everything in the dark. Well, you're going to watch everything in the dark regardless. But you're definitely going to have to calibrate that projector. Take our lights out. Shoot, tripped on something. You get a little bit improvement with the lights out, as you can see. Image is little bit, the red is a little bit better with the lights out. So that's where you're going to have to be at. In some form of like ambient, you have to, if you do ambient light controlled environments, and ambient light control means, bottom line is, you are controlling the ambient light in the environment, which means you are keeping the light away from the screen. You can have lights in the environment, they just can't be near the screen. That's all. That's what ambient light control really is. You can't have the lights near the screen at all. Because if there's any light near the screen, it's going to disrupt the quality of the picture. See what I mean? So it has to be, you can't be in some kind of environment like this. There's too much light in this environment for this screen to be able to pull off an image. That screen to pull off an image. Have to be in an ambient light control environment, which means when they set up that stage for that screen, so the red is there, when they set up the stage for that screen, that environment is set up to keep the light away from the projector, from the screen, and to make the screen look good. And then whatever the screen is lacking, the high power projector will do the rest of the work. Let's go with a blue. Same reaction with blue. Screen's not supposed to change. If it's ambient light rejection, the image should not change because the lights are on. This is why my neighbors next door think I'm crazy, because if you saw my lights flashing on and off like that, what would you be thinking? There you go. All right, see what I mean? When I turn the lights on and off, you see how that screen changes from dark blue to light blue, to dark blue to light blue, to dark blue to light blue. That's an ambient light rejection screen right there. It's supposed to be. Our technology stays the same. That's why when you see me walk around the house, when I do this demonstration, when I walk into this environment and I turn the projector on, the screen doesn't change. It looks the same way when I turn the lights on and off. It's the same. Now mind you, we're doing a gray screen demonstration. So you should be looking at how I'm doing this demonstration and compare it to everybody else's on how they do theirs. This is how it's supposed to be done. Let me see. Let's grab a dark green.
Sizzling time's back at Wawa. With your favorite varieties, 2 for $4. Gotta have a Wawa.
See where the color faded? It doesn't pick up color though. All right, there's green. That's dark green. Same thing, we'll do it again. One more time. Lights on, lights off. Screen performs better when the lights are off. That's why you'll be in either an ambient light controlled environment that will look like the Dungeon Master's Keeper, or you will actually be in a dark environment. That's why. Now let's see. White levels on the technology. Okay, there we go. It's falling off. Just want to stay. I'm not staying anymore. I'm done with this. No more. You're not doing this anymore today to me. Okay, no problem. Here. So keep in mind, that is a screen for a 100-inch would cost you in the price range of $1,300 to $1,400. So as you just seen in this demonstration, which we need to do all together, we are going to take, because now we can't do this with ultra short throw, because if we put all these screens together on ultra short throw, some of them are not going to do too well. As you can see, some of them are not ultra short throw compatible. So that would not be a fair demonstration. So the next projector we're going to bring in, it's a Christie at 4,000 lumens. That's enough power for all these projectors to be able to, for all these screens to be able to shine with no problem. So let's remove this one, the ultra short throw. Get rid of this one. And we'll bring in the Christie. And that thing is going to have to sit because it's a very powerful projector. We're going to bring it in at, average person has their projector at 100 inches. Let's see, you would need a Christie, you would have to be back around 12 feet to maintain a 100-inch screen. And this is how close the ultra short throw was seen from the screen.
Now from that distance, I can produce a 100-inch easy from my projector with no problem. The reason why it's not producing the same image there is because I had the projector in zoom. I had to bring the image in tighter because to fit the screen. And that would overlap the entire kitchen. So there's a short throw. So we're going to take this one out. We're going to go step back. We got the big boy Chrissy over here. Now we're going to take all those screens. We're going to put them up against the screen over here and see how they pan out. So already in one demonstration, we have tested low lumen projectors at 20 feet back. We have done 800, 900. We've done the 1,000 lumen projector. We've done the knockoff projector, ultra short throw projector. We showed you what's the most important when you're watching an ultra short throw demonstration is angles. All about angle, because sometimes the image comes up too dark on some screens when it comes to ultra short throw projectors. Now we're going to bring out the big boy Christie. We're going to put all those screens against my screen and do the demonstration again. Whew. I love it, people. Love it! Would have been much better if we could do this if we had some sunlight outside or something. I got to do a screen in the rain. We definitely got to do that one. Definitely got to do a screen in the rain. All right, so we're going to unplug the Optima GT56. There, put this back in there. It's on the table. And we'll go and get the projector from over here. Let's move all this out of the way. And here. Having a heat wave, tropical heat wave. That's probably the reason why my Chromecast doesn't work now, because I keep banging it against the floor. So I downloaded today. I never played The Crew. Never ever played the game The Crew. I played a lot of Need for Speed, but never The Crew. So I got The Crew 2, and they had it on special, some gold edition on PS for like $10, $14, no, $23. Yes, I bought it. I can't wait to play tonight. All right, so let's plug this one up. Need some power. That's the wrong power cord. Is that the right power cord? No, wrong power cord. Let's see what we got right here. Maybe we can use this to work. Okay. That knocks out most of the tests in one day. Now we just have to get out there and do that 1,000. We're going to do the 1,000 test outside. We got to get that done. Get that out of the way. All right, so we're going to power up Chrissy. This is going to look crazy. All right. Chrissy is a 720p projector, 4,000 lumens, WXGA. Clicking sound is basically the lens calibrating. All right. Let's bring it. The lens shift. It's a beautiful thing about lens shift. Let's adjust our picture quality. So no, picture quality. Blow it up a little bit. Boom. This is why I love Christie's. You see why? They're gorgeous. They're beautiful projectors. Oh, we just had HMI on it just now. You hear that clicking sound? That's the projector adjusting the lens. Every time I click it over to a new setting, it adjusts the lens automatically. All right, got something caught around my cable. So what we're gonna do is, let me see. Let me figure out what I just did with my phone that fast, because I told you I got a bad habit of setting things down and forgetting where I put them at that quick. It's one of my my favorite qualities about myself. So, can you see what we got in here? We got the DMP supernova in here, axles here. Get all that here. I need to figure out where I just checked my phone, knowing me.
Oh yeah, on top of the popcorn machine. Tell you, I put things in weird places, man. Weird places. All right, so. Let's get a commercial ready. Get my get a video ready. There we go. Let's check this first. Let's see if this is legit. Really? That's what that's running in? I'm about to say it's kind of sad, ain't it? All right, that's better. There we go. Boom. We're going to take the Paxel. I think that's what it's called. Sure, it is. I'll show you what it is before I put it up there so you can see it for yourself.
The screen has a 0.8 gain.
Try to be able to stick the best way we can. I got new sticky tape. I need to use it. Now you see all those gray areas around here? That's because the screen's not pulling contrast. Like I said, brighter does not always mean better. The minute I see that on a screen, that little discoloration in the corners like that, I automatically know what it's going to do if it hits any really rich colors from the door. Trust me, you've been doing this for 10 years and you've been staring at this stuff every single day. You get a keen eye for this stuff. That's why I can go into somebody's demonstration and I can pull apart the video. It's kind of like having x-ray vision, but in a projector's form. It's pretty interesting. You can actually see everything, all the faults, everything. And when I see that stuff, this is what trains me. When I do my technology, I can see all the areas that I need to improve. So if you think these demonstrations are brutal, what we do, there's all kinds of ideas popping in my head. I'm figuring exactly, okay, we missed that point. That point has to be done. If you ever see me do a demonstration and I'll back and go, you know what? I'm not satisfied. If you see me pulling that projector back, it's because I know we can actually go farther back than that. I'll just hit this other projector. That's not really important. Same thing. A long throw. That's the screen that turned dark when I want to turn to the side. Now, let me see if it happens here. We want to do this on a white level. See what we get. All right. So let's go in. Matter of fact, we don't have to do it on a white level. We're going to go on a white level, but I'm curious right here. I want to see. Let me get myself out of the way. So it's pulling up an image. Like I say, it's bright, but now you don't lost color. So they don't work on ultra short throws. You see how bright the image is, but you put on ultra short throw, they go dark. They're not designed for ultra short throws. So you have to buy a special screen in order to use your ultra short throw on that projector. On that projection screen. Now we're going to turn the lights on. With the lights on, that image should look the same way as our technology should look the same way it does in the front. It should look on the side. All right, so being on a white surface, it should be able to pull a much higher white level than our screen. But it's not going to pull the color. That's the problem. So let's go over to, we did deep green. Let's go over to red. And I'm gonna do white. So that's why it cracks me up when I see people doing demonstrations on our technology and they show it against white screens. We do this over here all day long. I always show you the white surface on the screen. Always. That's the first thing I show you is white, so you can see all the other colors actually wash out on the screen. Because some people feel that if their image is pulling a high enough white level, that they're going to be able to pull up brighter colors. That is not true. That means you're going to pull up a much more washed out image. That's what it means. You know, see how bright the whites are? But like I said, having a heavy white level is not a good thing. It's a bad thing because that means your screen can't pull contrast. And if it can't pull contrast, it can't pull deep colors. I don't care if you have your lights off, it's still gonna look the same. Nope. I think my HMI basically is bad. It's having some problems. I'm gonna have to basically plug in the other one. Yeah, I think that one's gonna be having some problems today. I'm gonna have to disconnect that and put the other one in. So what we need to do, I'm gonna probably have to disconnect that and put the other one in. But till then, know that. And this is gray screen versus gray screen. Over here, we have the DMP Supernova right there. Completely disappeared into our technology. See that? That is a $5,000 projection screen. Not to mention the man's name, but as I said before, when you test out your technology, you have to test it against high performance screens. You see all these demonstrations I just did in this environment just now? We did low lumens, we did high lumens, we did ultra short throw, we did all different forms of demonstrations. We did white levels, we did reds, we did blues, we did greens, we did different colors, we did contrast. All these demonstrations you just saw me do, that's what we do for every last screen that we design. I can show you where I can design a gray screen, not a black screen, because black screen has an advantage over all these screens. Not that gold, because that gold produces colors much higher than these screens. Not the platinum Eclipse, which has the ability to produce white levels and black levels at the same time. Perfect balance. No, I'm showing you a demonstration of gray technology, the field that they're used to playing around in. So I've taken that technology and designed it to mimic a perfect example of a DMP Supernova, a $5,000 projection screen. And this product right here is going to cost you $89 a quart, where that screen is going to cost you $5,000. I don't think you like that at all. But keep in mind, you want to talk about saving hundreds. I can back up every claim that I do, and I can show you I can save you thousands of dollars. So now think about it. You have the equivalent of painting a DMP Supernova on your wall. Let's go get. Let's go grab some contrast. That's what we need to do. And I don't see any crowboys in here at all. I'm surprised. Usually they do pop in, but I'm really surprised I don't see them in here. Unless they're in here and they're quiet. That's the only thing I can think of. Unless they're in here and they're quiet.
Sizzling times back at Wawa. Your favorite varieties 2 for $4. Gotta have Wawa.
In Pennsylvania, everyone counts.
I gotta go through commercials before I can post anything. now we're doing a star field. As you can see, my technology is producing a darker contrast level. So now I have a gray screen paint here that can pick up contrast, color. It just does not want to stay. Contrast, color, the whole 9 yards without a problem. Let me see what's going on this sticky point. It's a little sticky. Just stay up there. Stick a little tighter. Yep. And let's get the like I said, I bet you $100. None of these tests are ever done with anybody else. There we go. So we just mimic and blend it into all these screens. This is how you do a demonstration on gray screen paint. This is how it's done. Not taking a screen and painting it on a wall and hitting it with a high power projector in a dark or a poorly ambient environment. This is how it's done. And we haven't even done the outside test yet. Not even done that yet.
Now, I know some people would say, well, that's not fair because that screen that you're using looks black. It's not black. Screen's gray. Just as gray as one of those screens. But technically, it's a gray because this is the color you would think it would be, right? That's Crow's product right there. That's our technology. That's the screen that looks gray, but it's not gray. So what is it? Interesting, isn't it? How could something not look gray but become gray? This is the paint-on version of it, the spray-on version of it. Like I said, they're like a liquid. Got to shake it up because they become invisible. See? When you paint this, this is gray. When you paint this, see how the strange color it has to it? It comes out gray, but it's not gray. It's not gray. It's a whole different form of chemical formula. Now, let's see what happens if we take our high-end technology. As a matter of fact, now you can see the color of it. It's not darker either, because some of you thought it was dark gray. So when I first showed off the screen, it looks black. Then when I lay it down, you think it's dark gray. But then when I show you the coating's not gray, and it's not dark gray at all. And then when you lay it against a black screen, it's not dark gray, it's actually a light gray, like a mid gray. Mind you, this is all being done live, so I'm not pulling any magic tricks, and I'm not God. So you figure that out, how that's done. How do you make a screen change the ability to be able to, well, I'm not going to go too far into that because I just tried that. That'd be a whole other story on its own. I'm trying to explain that one. That'd be a whole story on its own trying to explain how that one even works. Don't have that much time today to explain that one.
Okay, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Let me see if I can find that DMP supernova. Oh, you're all gonna come off now? Come on, just for a minute. Just stay there for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. That's all you need to stay for 1 minute. After that, we are done. Done. No more demonstrations. We're done. Just 1 minute. That's all. I'm gonna fire up my black screen. Let's see, I'm about to say, I know this projector should be coming on. This is the other one. Let me turn this off. Interesting, isn't it? How our black technology can produce a bright enough image to blend into one of the brightest technologies we ever developed in gray technology. Look what it does to the other screens. It fades them out because they're not black. They have that black technology. They can't produce that high. They can't produce that high color level. So which is more impressive? That the gray screen that we developed here can produce a contrast level so high that the colors pop so well that they can blend into a black technology, or the black technology can produce a high enough white level where it can blend into a screen that's actually lighter than it. Where these two high-end professional screens right here are struggling, except for the DMP Supernova. Now we do the star field, and I'll show you the difference. Of course, we're going to see the difference either way. I got to put you down here for just a minute. I'm sorry. Got to bring it down a little lower. Got my stand on a little lower stand. Let's come over here, and I got to shorten it a little bit. I got to clean this mess up. Look at the mess in here that I got to clean up. Oh, wait, let me show you the commercials. I told you, nothing can come next to a black screen when it comes to contrast. Nothing. But as you can see, when it comes to our gray technology, not only did it outperform $4,000 and $5,000 projection screens, but it was able to produce images all the way back there at 900 lumens, 800, 900, 1,000 lumens. It was even to make even a knockoff projector look a little better. It was able to pull contrast, bright colors, the whole 9 yards. And it was even able to blend into a black screen. Let me get the DMP Supernova. That's done for the day. So how is that possible that a black screen can produce a color level that high? That's why I said people making claims that the screen's too dark. Man, get out of here with that nonsense. Get out of here. Mind you, like I said, that's my product. DMP Supernova, right there. Let's find the bar. It'll stick better with the bar. disappear. That's why I said I want to see any demonstration done on our level. Any demonstration done on our level. That's why that 1100 lumen challenge has never been met. There's nobody can meet that demonstration. I'm not bragging, but come on. Come on, 1100 lumen projector outside. There's more light out here than it was in here. When you do screen paint, these are the kind of demonstrations you need to be looking for. Not, like I said, not them. I've seen them demonstrations, paint the wall and hit it with a high power projector, dark environment, zooming up close on the screen, talking about, oh, look at the 4K images and all that. No, come on, man. You look behind it. You got to show the science behind it. Why does this happen? Why does that happen? You know what I mean? What happens if you take a projector, you throw it back 20 feet? Is it still going to make contact with the screen? You got to do those demonstrations. People want to see, hey, look, if I put this in my environment, because if they look at your video, like I got far more light in my environment than you have in yours. So how do I know that screen's going to work in my house? That's why we do the demonstrations outside. Because if we can do an ambient light projection demonstration outside, like I said, at 1,000 lumens, that tells any customer that, well, look, he's outside with 1,000 lumens. I know that's going to work in my house. If they look at the projectors that we use in our demonstrations, they'll say, well, my projector's way better than that. I know that's going to work in my house. But if you're using some $3,000, $4,000 projector, not only are you basically telling a person that they have to spend that kind of money in order to get that image, because we do know the screen's not doing all that, then bottom line is you just tell them they have to spend more money in order to actually achieve that image. That's why I do the side-by-side demonstrations. I do the 1080p versus the 720p. I did that 5,000 big boy Christie against that tiny little portable Sony projector. And you can see the images our technology can do to a 720p projector. I'm just telling you. This is how these demonstrations are supposed to be done. Now, if somebody comes in and says, hey, does your screen paint work with ultra short throw? Not only can I show you that it works with ultra short throw, but I can show you distance throw. I can show you retro knockoff projectors that worked on the technology. I can show you what it looks like on a knockoff projector, all in one video. There's my measuring tape right there showing the distance on how far that projector was sitting back at 800 lumens that made contact with that screen. I can show you the difference between my technology and other high performance certified screens with no problem. Now, tomorrow, if we get some good weather, it's going outside. Yes, sir. It is going outside. I can't wait for that. That's the fun part. That's when we start the fun part. Ambient light projection demonstrations inside are easy. It's just basic easy. All right. So with that being said, that answers all the questions on the new roll-on screen paint. You'll see all the specifications pretty soon pop up at the bottom of the video. I suggest you read through them because they're pretty interesting. There's some new stuff added in with this stuff. Like I said, this is the roll-on form. And like I said, we had to do this. It's not to put anybody down, but we had to do this because, like I said, I have people that will go out there and just say dumb things. So this basically just nips it in the bud altogether. Because when I was painting that screen on, I bet you $100 that one of them jokers are going to come in here and say, oh, that's his product. You're using his product. Yeah, that's why we did this today. See this? I'm going to show you again. Crow boys, you might want to watch this. See the two? That right there is Crow's paint, right? That's the UV mix. This is our technology right there, right? Now you're probably gonna say, oh, but they look exactly the same. No, they're not. No, they're not. Crow's mix right here. Look very carefully, Crow boys. Look very carefully at this. See the color of his? That's ours right there. See the color of our roll-on technology? Is that interesting that looks? Two different forms of formulas, my friend. Here's the spray-on version. They sound like milk. So they look the same. Now, interesting, you would think the screen would look that color, wouldn't you? No. But if we lay it up against here, right? And we step back, they look black. But they're not black. That screen's actually gray. Very, very, very mid-gray. But you would think, oh, that's just a different shade of black. Nope. Because if I lay the screen flat, and we've done this one before, I'll lay it flat. That's kind of a darker gray, right? That's what you would think, right? Now, let's put it against the black screen and see what color we get. It's gray. The exact same color as your technology. It's gray, but it's not your technology. Interesting, isn't it? Changes into 3 different forms. So depending on when the projector hits it, it's kind of like a intelligent coding where it basically can read the projector, where basically when contrast hits it, that screen alternates and changes to a darker image. And when it hits with a lighter image, it basically alternates to a lighter image. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Told you, when you keep saying we're on the same level, we're not on the same level. See how dark that it looks? Yep. I would say you should take up a class in chemistry to follow your profession. All right, we're done here. Because I'm going to ramble on for a couple of hours if I don't get off of here. We're done with all those tests right there. So we pretty much knocked out a huge chunk of the tests on this right here. Now keep in mind, it's going to do what it's supposed to do because, like I said, the spray-on already passed all these tests, but we have to have the roll-ons do them too because we'll have people come in and say, well, what's the difference between the roll-on and the spray-on? Is the spray-on better than the roll-on? The only difference on the spray-on is the fact that spray-on has to be sprayed on, number 1, and number 2, it's rear projection technology. You cannot use this as rear projection because you can't see the other end because it's designed to be roll-on. You do not have to prime this one. The other one has to be primed. If you're using it on front projection, you have to prime it. If you're using it on rear, it does not have to be primed. That's a spray-on application. The one that's roll-on, the only thing you have to prime if you're doing fabric. You have to do it anyway with any of our screens because I told people if you're painting a fabric material, it's going to absorb the paint. The primer does nothing. It doesn't change the picture quality. It just basically changes the foundation structure. That's what it does. So by allowing the paint to be able to absorb in any excess paint, you are leaving a foundation, an even foundation to apply our technology on. Now, we also stated, because I've seen a few people do it, do not paint this on a textured wall. Anything that's rough enough, if you run your hands across it where it feels like your fingers are moving up and down, don't paint that because you're basically going to distort your picture like crazy. No stucco, no peel, orange peel, none of that stuff like that because you're just going to basically you're going to trash your screen. All right. With that being said, that's basically about it. I got to jump online. I got to go order me another projection screen. We got the acoustic screen we're going to be building pretty soon. So I got to get cracking on that. Let me get now. See that now it wants to stay on the screen. Wow. Okay. Now it wants to stay on. Before it just kept falling off, but now it wants to stay on. We're done here for the day. I got to go clean this mess up, put everything up, put back where it's supposed to be at upstairs. And I guess one other demonstration we have, we pretty much knocked out everything today. We just got to do the outside demonstrations and that's it. And then after that, we'll slap a label on it because it'll have a different label than the other one. So things don't get confused on which is which. It'll be marked on the website. One will say spray on and one will say roll on. The little red tags you see over top each one of those shopping carts, one will say roll on, one will say spray on. Or even having the caption at the bottom, roll on only, okay? So that being said, thank you all for your time. I have to go. And, oh yeah, I was going to paint the arcade cabinet today, but not today. It's raining. So that's going to be put on hold for right now. I don't think I got anything in the room to do. No, I'm done. I got any more projects in the room. I got to wait for my movie chair to get here, or my gaming chair to get here. Oh, well, I guess today I'm just going to be processing orders for the day. Next ship out date is going to be Wednesday. So we are going to be got people putting in their orders now so they can get ready to be shipped out for Wednesday. So all these right here are all, actually these came in last night, and thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I really do. But these are all for, and then after that, that's all the containers I have left. Out of 32 containers, that's what I have left. So I got to order some more today. So we have those in. And this is going over to a customer as we speak. This is hers. She ordered the spray on. She's going to be doing a storefront window with that. So she can't wait to get her hands on that. All right, people. Sloth said hello. Gotta go, and God bless.